Members, good afternoon. It's the appointed time. We have a quorum. I call to order the meeting of the panel. Let's go into the first agenda item, election of chairman and deputy chairman. The Secretariat issued a circular to inform members that only one valid nomination for the office of chairman had been received. The nominee is Dr. David Lam. The nomination was made by Professor Chen Wing-kwong and seconded by me. Dr. David Lam is not a chairman or a deputy chairman of another panel or any relevant government advisory bodies. Therefore, in accordance with the rules of procedure and the House rules, I declare Dr. David Lam elected as the chairman of the panel. I will now invite Dr. David Lam to preside over the meeting. Now, we'll move on to election of deputy chairman of the panel. The Secretariat issued a circular to inform members that only one valid nomination for the office of deputy chairman had been received. The nominee is Mr. Chen Pui-leung. The nomination was made by Mr. Chen Kin-po and seconded by Dr. Tan Yue-heng. Because Mr. Chen Pui-leung is not a chairman or a deputy chairman of another panel or any relevant government advisory bodies, in accordance with the rules of procedure and the House rules, I declare Mr. Chen Pui-leung elected as the deputy chairman of the panel. Congratulations, Mr. Chen. I would like to invite Mr. Chen to come up to the podium to be seated. Now we'll move on to the second agenda item, schedule of meetings for the 2025 sessions. If members have no objections, should we follow the arrangements of the last session to have regular meetings on the second Friday of every month at 10:45 in the morning? Do members have any objections? Or do members agree? If members agree, please refer to the proposed schedule of meetings before you. Please note that the second Friday of April would be a special finance committee session, so the regular meeting in April will be held instead on the 14th of April, a Monday between 10:45 and 12:45. Do members have any objections? If not, the Secretariat will issue a notice to inform members of the schedule of meetings in the 2025 sessions as agreed by members. All right. The next agenda item, the next regular meeting of the panel will be held on 14th of February, and the administration proposes to discuss two items: loan arrangement for CUHK Medical Center and development of Chinese medicine. And Professor Chen Wing-kwong suggested to set up a subcommittee on the development of Chinese medicine. It is now in the third position of the list of the wait list. Yes, Professor Chen, you would like to speak something. Sorry, I pressed it a bit too late. I apologize. I pressed it a bit too late, unfortunately. All right, moving on. The deputy chairman and I will meet with the Health Bureau to discuss the work plan for the panel in this session. If members would like to propose items for discussion, please raise it now, or you may write to the Secretariat after the meeting. I believe there are two members who have pressed the request to speak button. Oh, sorry, it's just one. So, Professor Chen Wing-kwong. If other members would like to propose items for discussion, please press the request to speak button. Professor Chen Wing-kwong. I'm very happy to hear that the administration plans to report on the development of Chinese medicine in the next regular meeting. Hopefully, we'll have some comprehensive discussions. Also, for supplementary medical professionals and Chinese medicine practitioners, they are also very concerned about the amendments to Chapter 359 Supplementary Medical Professions Ordinance, and I note that in the legislative program, they said that the administration said that they would introduce another medical bill. So I would like the administration to report on the latest progress on the proposed amendments. We have also amended the dentist registration ordinance and the nurses registration ordinance last year. I also hope the administration would report to the panel the latest progress in importing dentists and nurses and the situation in the healthcare system at the moment. On the third medical school, I would like the administration to report on the latest progress. Thank you. Ms. Chen Huoyan. Thank you, Chair. In the list of outstanding items for discussion, I note that there are 14 items. But say for Japan and the mainland and Hong Kong, we have very great prevalence in flu. So I suggest maybe in the regular meeting in February or March, we can perhaps have the administration report on the situation of the flu situation and whether we have more policy support on vaccines as well as bed occupancy in hospitals. We have a full occupancy rate of hospital beds at the moment, so the situation is alarming. I hope that at some point the government would make a report to the panel. Thank you. Mr. Edward Leung. Thank you. I note that in the list of outstanding items for discussion in 2022, some member raised an issue to provide more support to cancer patients. And I think many of the patients are very concerned about this because for their treatment, it is often very costly to obtain the drugs and treatment. If we can actually discuss the relevant item in this session, that would be ideal. Thank you. Mr. Chan Pui Leung, Deputy Chairman. Thank you, Chair. For the Health Bureau, they said one of the reforms they are going to implement would be to enhance transparency of private healthcare facilities pricing. I hope that within this session we can discuss this issue. Thank you. Any other members who would like to speak? Yes, Ms. Chen Huoyan. Sorry, I have a point to follow up on. We have talked about a cancer screening program in the policy address, and for the program, it would include screening for liver and lung cancers. They did talk about the details, some details at the press conference, but then they did not really provide concrete details. So is it possible that they can report this issue? Well, I believe they are talking about a screening program for liver and breast cancers. Yes, Ms. Judy Chen. I saw from media reports that the Health Bureau is looking into amalgamating different institutions, and they are looking into combining the clusters of Island East and Island West. I want to ask if it is possible to hear from the administration what their latest plans are. Thank you. All right, any other members who would like to speak? If not, we'll move on to the next agenda item. Any other business? There is no other business. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.